Hi everyone, Sure Small Pets here. So I'm here once again with Tigger. I know that there's lots of people that have been asking me for more guinea pig videos, and they are coming. It's just that we did lose Minerva this week, and I'm giving the pigs and myself time to readjust and, you know, to grieve. And I didn't want to bother them just for the sake of keeping to my upload schedule. And I thought, well, Tigger really doesn't mind being on camera, so this is a win-win for me. Anyway, we are introducing a brand new series to our channel, and it's called 5 Myths About Your Small Pet, where we're going to be talking about species-specific myths that have been widespread for a very long time in the small pet community, and we're going to debunk them in kind of a quick, rapid-fire type video. My goal is to keep these videos short and sweet. That way, if it's somebody just looking for quick information on a small pet, then they can get it. Okay, so we are going to be starting with hamsters, obviously, since I'm sitting here with Tigger. And the first myth that we're going to be talking about is that hamsters need to be cleaned out every single week. They do not. Hamsters are very, very protective animals of their territories, and they have food storages, they have litters, they have areas that they hide things, and they have things set up in a specific way for them, that cleaning them out every week is actually extremely stressful. And the best thing to do that you can do for your hamster is to actually do minimal full cleans and do regular like spot checks. So most hamsters do have like preferred places that they go to the bathroom. So clean those out as often as needed. Sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's more than that. Depends on how messy your hamster is. And avoid changing all of their bedding all at once because, like I said, that's extremely stressful and traumatic for them. And there's no need for it. The next point is this justification that if you get a small, crappy little cage but attach 9,000 different tubes and various little attachments, that it's basically the same thing and your hamster will be super happy and will love you forever because you did that. It's not the case. Hamsters need a minimum of 450 square inches of space, of just floor space. That's not like 2 levels put together, that is the 1 level. If you add extra, that's great. However, 450 square inches is the minimum. Hamsters need floor space. They're not monkeys. They aren't chinchillas where they're good at where climbing is their favorite thing. They need the floor space for movement and for their own systems. And adding tubes and small little enclosures is not the same thing. And it's also, you're going to be paying way more than if you just made a half decent bin cage or got a secondhand tank. Number 3, that teddy bear hamsters, panda bear hamsters, black bear hamsters, and what are they called? Dalmatian hamsters are all different breeds of hamster. This is a two-parter. 1, those are all simply color variations of a Syrian hamster, and quote, teddy bear hamsters are just long-haired Syrian hamsters, all the same species, and that there are actually no such thing as breeds of hamster. There are different species, very different. They're entirely different species of hamsters. So all those weird variations that you want to get, that they try to charge you more for at the store, just a Syrian hamster of a different color. And a robo hamster or a hybrid dwarf are totally different species than this little girl right here, who is a Syrian. They're separate individual species. And number 4, hamsters like to climb. Hamsters are actually ground-dwelling creatures. They don't have great depth perception, and they would much rather have all one level. Of course, you can have smaller levels like this, but as a rule, always a bunch of cages that people try to put out where it's like shelf after shelf after shelf, or super high hanging bridges, they're actually dangerous. Hamsters don't have good depth perception at all, and are not meant to live life on levels. They're not meant to live life on the edge at all. They should be secure on one level. That's another reason why the whole cage size thing is important. They're like us, you know? They get into enough trouble on ground level, we don't need to put us up high. Right? Yeah, right. And finally, number 5, the misconceptions around wet tail. A lot of people, unfortunately, associate any kind of diarrhea or anything like that with a hamster automatically getting something called wet tail. This is, as my friend Julie really intelligently equated, is as if every person with a sore throat was automatically assumed to have strep, rather than it being equated to something like influenza or the cold. Diarrhea can be a symptom to a lot of things, and it's inaccurate and dangerous for us to just automatically assume that every single hamster that gets it has wet tail. Wet tail is something that generally, it's a bacterial infection, not something that they can just magically get on their own without actually contracting it. So a hamster being stressed, while it will make that hamster more likely to get wet tail, it doesn't just happen because a hamster's stressed. It would happen because that stressed out hamster has a weakened immune system. Kind of like how me as a type 1 diabetic without much of an immune system has a way higher likelihood of getting an illness from a student than maybe another student because my immune system's weaker. So that said, not every case of diarrhea is wet tail. It's the same as not every, dog that has the runs has a deadly ailment. Sometimes diarrhea is just diarrhea. And it's important to make sure that you know the difference. Young hamsters are typically the most likely to experience wet tail. And again, those that are severely immunocompromised. Look at that face. Anyways, those are 5 myths that we've debunked that I wanted to quickly debunk about hamsters. The next one we will do is 5 myths about guinea pigs. I'm not saying that's going to be the next video. This is just going to be an ongoing series. Anyway, we will see you guys on Monday. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments some other myths about hamsters that you wish more people knew about. These are by no means all of them. It was just a quick little start. Anyway, be good to each other. Take care, everyone.